To me, it's just hatred towards this young lady. Only thing she's doing, like you said, is out here. She's playing the game of basketball, and she's having fun doing it.
I love her game. A lot like Steph. She reminds me of Steph Curry a lot, you know?
Anybody that does something flagrant to this young lady for what she's brought to the game should be suspended and fined big time for doing it.
What happens when someone doesn't just join the league but takes it over entirely? There is more to the Caitlin Clark frenzy than meets the eye. It is a total takeover. Fans, pundits, and even legends of the sport are hooked on her electric talent and fearless style. This level of buzz from NBA icons, the people who set the standard, is unprecedented for any WNBA player. The fact that they are dissecting her influence shows exactly how big she has become. She is not just playing. She is transforming the sport and inspiring a new generation with record-breaking performances. Now, here is where it gets interesting. Not everyone is celebrating her rise to the top. Critics have attacked her, questioned her, and tried to bring her down. Because of that, two icons stepped up. Larry Bird and Michael Jordan have seen enough, and what they have to say could shift the narrative. You do not want to miss their take on Caitlin Clark's journey, so keep watching. To truly understand this moment, we need to look at another legend, Allen Iverson. Like Caitlin Clark today, he was a massive star who left a permanent mark on basketball culture. Both of them were household names back in their college days. Both faced massive expectations when they turned pro, and they both delivered. They were not the biggest players on the court, but their elite skill and confidence made up for it. For a generation, Iverson was the ultimate icon. His deadly crossover changed the league forever. Young kids today look at Caitlin Clark the same way, trying to mimic her every move. Iverson sees that same spark, and in a recent interview, he broke down her mindset and skill set, explaining exactly why she is such a game changer. Man, she would blow it up, you know? I have never seen anything like it. I mean, just look at her aggression. It is not just scoring. She gets her teammates involved too. I think she is just incredible for the game, you know? It was a pleasure watching her, and I think she is only going to get better. Since Iverson sees Clark as a dominant offensive force, just like he was, he is eager to praise her. From the moment they joined the league, both were tasked with leading their team's offenses. Iverson always preached that you have to be assertive in that kind of role. But elite playmaking is what separates the greats from the rest, and Caitlin Clark dominates that. She is already making everyone around her better, even as a rookie. We call these players floor raisers. Just by being on the court, they force the defense to shift and lift their teammates up. Iverson did this by leading an underdog team to the NBA Finals. The question is, how high can Clark go? Iverson believes she will keep growing and learning how to elevate her squad. But like any great team, the Indiana Fever need to build the right roster around her. Iverson was more than just effective. He was absolute must-see television. He shares that with Caitlin Clark fans flock to arenas just to witness her highlights. These players make every ticket worth the price, but the spotlight brings massive pressure. Iverson took plenty of heat from the media, but Clark handles it with incredible poise for her age. She avoids the drama and always says the right thing during interviews. Another NBA legend, Charles Barkley, has definitely taken notice. Barkley knows better than anyone how hard it is to balance the public eye with elite performance. I love that she never says a word, and she is playing much faster now, which I love. She was playing a bit too slow during the first half of the season. Well, first of all, they did not even give her credit for what she could have earned this season. People were acting like she could not. Caitlin Clark's impact is about so much more than just putting points on the board. Her mindset and work ethic define her dominance, both on and off the court. Despite massive pressure from fans and league critics, she shattered every expectation. She is tougher than anyone predicted, absorbing heavy hits while surviving incredibly physical games. Yet, it is her constant improvement that truly stands out. She evolved all season, quickly learning how to dismantle her toughest WNBA rivals. Considering the massive leap from college to pro basketball, that is no small feat. Most people underestimate how fast and physically punishing the WNBA truly is. Caitlin faces extra heat from rival teams. Only relentless preparation could help her handle that. Viewers were shocked. They expected a skilled shooter, not someone with this kind of grit. But remember, domination shows up in many different ways. Even Shaquille O'Neal, the ultimate powerhouse, knows greatness comes in all sorts of styles. Despite being built differently, he says Steph Curry is his favorite player to watch. Shaq sees that exact same spark in Caitlin Clark. On Angel Reese's podcast, he praised Caitlin, comparing her impact to Steph Curry's fresh energy. So, why does everyone love Caitlin Clark beyond just her basketball skills? She hits threes from the logo. We have never seen that before. That is my point. Steph Curry is a smaller guy. You know why I love him? Because that was unprecedented. I had never seen it. Maybe a little from Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, but never consistently like this. Look at Steph on the street. He does not have that massive LeBron physique. He is 6'1". He looks like a normal office guy. Really, he is doing things nobody has ever seen. She is doing things we have never seen. Never seen anyone do that on a consistent basis. The biggest takeaway was the clear realization that Caitlin Clark is doing things no pro has. Angel Reese agreed, but reduced Caitlin's game to just deep threes, missing the bigger picture. And let us be honest, you cannot just walk out and do that. That takes years of discipline, total confidence, and elite accuracy to master. Fans love it because it is legendary, not just for show. Shaq knows this. He stated plainly that this special talent is why new fans are packing arenas. His comments felt like a jab at Angel Reese, who argues the league's growth isn't just Caitlin. The difference remains obvious, especially when you look at Reese's lack of range. Shaq's stance was clear. Caitlin Clark is the engine behind the league's massive attention. Then, the moment that changed, everything happened. Michael Jordan finally spoke up, and he did not hold back. Caitlin transformed the sport. But he was not finished there. He blasted the officiating, saying referees treat her unfairly and the league must fix it. When the greatest player of all time talks, people listen. Jordan made it clear. Caitlin Clark is a game changer who cannot be ignored anymore. Meanwhile, her rivalry with Angel Reese has become a massive fuel for the league's popularity. It feels like history repeating itself. The NBA struggled for years to find an audience, but then everything shifted when Larry Bird and Magic Johnson arrived as ultimate rivals. Beyond records, their historic college battle ignited a massive explosion in basketball interest. Now, Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese are living through that same era in women's hoops. Caitlin is the league's biggest star, but not yet the best. Like us, it takes time. We became the best later on through our play. Caitlin still needs elite play to be the best. The WNBA expansion relies on this rivalry. It is getting tough to ignore the Magic Johnson and Larry Bird comparisons now. The NBA struggled for years, but their feud changed everything, boosting competition and global attention. And history seems to be repeating itself. The intense Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese rivalry shattered NCAA women's basketball viewership records. That energy carried into the WNBA, bringing a massive wave of fans and media attention. Even Magic Johnson has weighed in on the comparison because it has become so loud. Surprisingly, he agrees. He sees the potential in Caitlin Clark, but offered one vital reality check. Being the most popular player does not make you the best player. He noted that when he and Larry Bird first joined, they were not the league's top stars. They earned that spot through years of hard work. Caitlin Clark is still on that road. Magic owns the Los Angeles Sparks and has always believed the WNBA would become a major powerhouse. That vision is already coming to life. He linked the Clark and Reese rivalry directly to the WNBA growth, mirroring his battles with Bird. If this keeps up, the league could mirror the massive cultural and financial explosion of the 80s. Plus, it is not just about fame, it is about how the game evolves. Caitlin Clark is already changing how teams compete and how young players practice the game, much like how Magic and Bird redefined basketball entirely. Magic changed offenses with his vision and IQ, setting a new standard for every point guard. Caitlin Clark might just do the same thing for the WNBA. Rookie of the Year is a huge deal. It is a massive achievement to be proud of. That is an incredible milestone for any player. Looking ahead, I focused entirely on getting physically stronger, faster, better on defense, and most importantly, leaning on my family and my support system. Chris Paul is often the name that comes up when we discuss the perfect point guard. A player who reads defenses, dictates the pace, and lifts every teammate up. With his elite vision and scoring touch, he is the benchmark for a classic floor general. Caitlin Clark is showing that same command on the court, playing far beyond her rookie years. She is picking apart defenses, creating open looks, and controlling the entire flow. Chris Paul even drew a parallel between his own early days in the league and Caitlin Clark's rookie season